Transitioning. Hey, I'm Ray of Sunshine, and that's what's happening. We are transitioning. This is the C section of my video series, and we are transitioning through it. We are transitioning from the energy of the old world to the energy of the new world. And if you've been with me before, you've heard me talk about some of that. If you've been to my sanctuary here before, you've had some introductions. You've met my monks. You've met my dragons, my horses, my owls, my stars. You notice I got my stars flashing back there, and I got my blue moon going because we have a blue moon happening. This is an energy that we've never been exposed to before, and it's something that's all brand new. Discovering you, discovering me, and we're on that discovery journey together. You know, it reminds me of, I was thinking of a story that I had heard a long time ago, which I thought was kind of funny, but it reminds me about the energy that we're in. And it's about this woman that's driving along, an older woman, and she gets stopped by the cops. And he says, "Ma'am, I had to stop you. You're driving too slow. You're only going 12 miles an hour." She says, "Well, the sign says 14. "No, ma'am. The speed limit signs are white. That's the route number." She says, "Oh," and he looks around, and there's other ladies sitting there. There's one in the passenger seat, and there's three in the back, and they're looking terrified. Their eyes are bulging out of their head, and they got white knuckles, and he said, "Hey, what's going on with them?" She says, "Oh, we just came off of Route 193. So it's about misunderstandings. It's about misconceptions, and it's about what we have been exposed to and what we have decided to believe. Believe defines us. And so I talk about that. I have a lot of examples of that on my before videos about misconceptions, about misunderstanding the signs. And so, you know, the whole point of this video progression is to show the evolution of the shift from that old energy to the new energy. And that's very, very obvious. It's very clear to spot if you were to go back to one of my previous videos, because you're going to see a little bit of a different ray of sunshine there. You're going to see a different ray of sunshine in every single one of those video presentations. And I happen to know that it's the same guy, same exact ray of sunshine in every single one of those before videos, and it'll be the same ray of sunshine in every one of the upcoming videos, with a little bit of a different version, because it's an evolution. It's an evolutionary process, and that's what I'm here to show you. That's what I'm here to illustrate. So, you know, I'm not looking for a marriage proposal. I'm looking for a few seconds of commitment where you go back to one of those previous videos and take a peek. Take a peek at the ray of sunshine that's over there and see what's there for you to discover. Take a look at what the signs are there for you to interpret, because there's lots of signs, there's lots of messages. I have lots of stories back there about lots of my old world experiences, and lots of stories about Sid. I've told you about Sid before, and if you haven't met him, you'll meet Sid in every single one of my previous videos. So you can go. I'm not going to repeat all of that because I've repeated them all back there, and you'll have plenty of chances to see repeat. And another story that comes to mind is the one about this guy that goes into a library, and he goes up to the main desk and he said, "I would like a cheeseburger and fries, please." And the librarian is mortified. She said, "Sir, this is a library." "Oh, can I have a cheeseburger and fries, please?" Again, misconceptions, misunderstandings, misconditioning. And that's what you'll see if you go back to some of my previous videos. You know, on yesterday's video, at every video, I talk about doing something different to discover something different. And yesterday, I went to a different restaurant that I had never been to before to discover what's different. And by the way, you can do something different to discover something different too. I've talked about this in the past as well. But you could send this video to some character that it would be out of your character to send it to. Why? Try it. Discover something different by doing something different. And have fun. That's what this is all about for me, having fun, because there's no such thing as having too much fun. There's no such thing as too much happy. And I have lots of illustrations and lots of stories about all those my adventures doing something different. A lot of these days, a lot of what I'm doing different these days is meeting people in all kinds of different environments, under all kinds of different conditions. Yesterday, I met people at a restaurant, this different restaurant that I had gone to with my friend Claire, and I talked on there about this guy that I had met who was standing in line, and and he had the most incredible smile I've ever seen in my life, and he just kept smiling at me, and I'm waiting for him to go, give me his number or invite me over or something, and it never happened. And I realized, that would have been up to me to make that move, because I was he didn't know me, he didn't know, and I'm standing there with my friend Claire. He doesn't know her either. He doesn't know what our relationship is as far as he's concerned. We could have been married. So, I'm sitting there waiting for him to come over and say, oh, here, let me give you my phone number in the palm of your hand. And it didn't happen. And then he left, and I'm saying, oh, I missed the opportunity. But I learned from the opportunity as well, because that's not going to happen again. I'm going to be prepared. I was like a little bit off guard. There was only a couple of minutes, and everything's flashing through my mind, and it was fear that kept me from going there and saying, well, here's my number. And and I haven't. Well, I've talked about a lot of the experiences that I've had doing something different to discover something different. And one of the things I didn't mention, but I have done it before, is I've met these people, and I felt there was some kind of an attraction there. So a couple of times I said, oh, and by the way, nice meeting you. Here's my phone number, and they ended up not calling me. So that's kind of flashing through my mind when I met this guy, and stuff like that. And it's fear. And I've spoken about that in some of my before videos about fear, and letting go of fear, and worry, and letting go of worry. And I have, stories like that. And so I had let go. One day I decided I'd let go of fear, and that story's back there in the B series. And I realized I hadn't really let go of fear. But this was another example. This was another predicament that I was in that helped me to figure out what to do, what my next move is going to be, because I'm not going to put myself in that position again. So anyway, this is my sanctuary from a big perspective. You may notice that there's a space over there on the wall. If you've been here before, there are some definite differences compared to the way it was set up and it's different in every single video, because I'm different in every single video, and you can discover that. The whole point of this presentation is to discover different, and you're going to see different. You're going to see different rays of sunshine in all the previous presentations as compared to the ray of sunshine is now. And it's going to be obvious. You can go back to any one of the previous series, and you're going to see different. So it's the opportunity for you to discover how you deal with discovering different, because we have different coming up like we ain't never seen before. So it's a matter of getting used to different, and a matter of acclimating. Like I acclimated when I met this person at that restaurant yesterday, and I missed the opportunity, but I learned from it. I learned from it to be prepared for the next time I'm put in that position again. And there's many of those kind of examples in a lot of these previous videos. So you'll get to meet a little bit of a different ray of sunshine, and you'll get to see some different perspectives as you prepare yourself for different like we ain't never seen before. So do something different to discover something different. And a very easy one, an easy way to get you started would be for you to send this video to some character that it would be out of your character to send it to. And you might be thinking, well, that's why would I do that? Try it. Go back to one of my previous videos. Check it out. Only takes a second. You're going to see a difference. And maybe you'll learn something. So you may notice there's a space on the wall over there. And what I used to have hanging, which I will show you, is one of my favorite hands. This was made for me several years ago by my sister for New Year's one time, and I loved it, and I framed it. And it explains where we're heading. It explains the New World energy. Happy, sparkly, do-over, shiny, black canvas, full of promise, hopeful, brand spanking new you. And that's fun. For me, it's fun to discover the new me. If that's what this process is all about, and you can't have too much fun, there's no such thing as too much happy. So, be happy, happy, sparkling, do-over, shiny, blank canvas full of promise, hopeful, brand spanking new you. It's playtime. Create you.